Okay, thank you very much for joining. We've now come to our final session for our system development unit. So we have covered in our previous tutorial pretty much everything we need to know when it comes to working in with the system development, where we looked into system development life cycle. We looked into some of the roles and how and what methodology are used to deliver new systems. So we looked into our previous session of how we transition from an existing system and how we improve this. We also identified the design and documented the possible new system. And in today's session, we're pretty much going to present a solution proposal for our client. So we've now looked into how a new system can be designed. And in today's session, we'll have some tips on how we can deliver this new solution. So let's now dive into our presentation. So in learning outcome 5, we're going to look at how can we present a solution proposal to a client. So it says here we can begin by introducing ourselves and our team, providing background information on the organization and expertise in the field. Clearly state the purpose of the presentation, which is the purpose of the solution to address the client's needs and challenges. So a couple of tips that we can follow are basically to recap our client needs and challenges, which have been discussed during the previous meeting. Demonstrate our understanding of our client needs and the point of view, and how important it was for them to finding a viable solution to address the issues. Now we can now present our proposed solution, where we're going to highlight the key features, functionality, and benefit of the solution. Explain how the solution aligns with our client needs and the objectivities. Emphasize all the potential of the new solution to address the challenges and any sort of doubt. We can also use visual aids such as diagram, flowchart tables, prototypes to illustrate the proposed solution. So we could now come up with a presentation PowerPoint with the slides which are going to showcase the new solution. Then now we can also outline the benefit of implementing the proposed solution, and especially focusing on how it will now value the client business. Also, we can now provide an overview of an implementation plan, including timelines, milestones, and resource required. Also, it is important to look into the cost analysis. So we can now present a detailed cost analysis for the proposed solution, which we're going to include the initial investment, outgoing maintenance, and potential return of investment, ROI. And then we have to be able to break down the cost into different components and explain how these are going to contribute to the overall value of our solution. We have to have the ability also to acknowledge potential risks or challenges which can be associated with implementing the new solution. And this could be technical complexity or organizational resilience. Also, we can now discuss about mitigation strategies and contingency plans to address this type of risks to ensure a smooth implementation process. And then we have to have the ability to summarize the key point of our presentation at the end and invite our client for any sort of feedback or question that they might have. Also, once we have gathered this feedback, we have to have the ability to express appreciation for the opportunity that has been presented to us, and where we've now had the ability to present our proposed solution. And basically, by following this structured approach, we can now effectively present a solution proposal to our client. We also have the ability to demonstrate our understanding of the needs and also the challenges that we might be facing when it comes to presenting a new solution. So here in this activity, we're going to present our solution to the client using a suitable format. So here we have an example of how our PowerPoint presentation, of what our PowerPoint presentation should be included. So obviously on the first slides, we're going to introduce ourselves, the company, the objectivities, and what's the aim of the new solution. Second slides, we can now understand our client needs, maybe by stating down with bullet points what are going to be the challenges faced by the company, such as inventory, people management, and so on. On our third slide, we can now propose our solution, which we've decided to go with the off-the-shelf inventory management system. Can now give an overview of this proposed solution, explaining how this solution is going to align with our client needs and objectivities. The following slides could include key features and functionality, where we're going to highlight the key features and functionality of our off-the-shelf solution. And also we can now present benefits of each features for addressing specific client requirements. Then again, in our fifth slide, we can now look into the benefit of our solution. We're going to outline the benefit of implementing this proposed solution. On the sixth slide, we can now look into how we're going to implement the plan. We're now giving an overview of the implementation plan, timelines, milestones, and all the resources that are required to deploy our new solution. Also, we spoke about cost analysis, how it is important to look into the financial side of the solution, where we're going to detail a cost analysis plan. We're going to break it down into different components, where we're going to look into investment, ongoing maintenance, and potential return of investment. Then we can look into risk and migration strategies. We have to have the ability to show them that we identify the potential risks and challenges, discuss some migration strategies and contingency plans. On the slide number 9, we have to show the next steps, such as key point discussed during the presentation, and outline the steps which is going to be the decision-making process. Finally, we can close by showing appreciation for the opportunity presented, reaffirmation of commitment for supporting our client success, and then we can now add our contact information for further inquiries or any sort of discussion that the client wants to have with us. So we'll now need supporting documentation, where we're going to have a detailed proposed documentation which outlines the solution, benefit, and implementation plan. And then we'll also have a Viva goals, which is going to interactively discuss the session following the presentation to address any sort of question. So in this moment, the client can now approach us to discuss and clear any sort of doubt they might have regarding the new solution. So now, to achieve a distinction, we have to have the ability to evaluate our client's feedback on the proposed solution, explaining how appropriate amendments will be made to the design. So we have now introduced our solution to our client. They also reviewed it, and they've come back to us with what they think should be changed in the new solution. So we now have to take in consideration what our client has reviewed, and we have to pay attention to any specific concern, suggestion, and area of interest. We have to now analyze the feedback and the content of the proposed solution's key features. So we have to have the ability to identify key themes and patterns, where we can now identify recurring themes and patterns in the feedback to prioritize area of improvement or modifications. Also, once we have gathered the feedback, we have to now prioritize amends based on the significance of our client feedback and its potential impact to the success of the proposed solution. So we also have to look into a collaborative discussion, where we now schedule a collaborative discussion session with our client to further understand the feedback and gather even more additional insights. Once we've now gathered all we need, we can now adopt an interactive design process to incorporate our client feedback to make improvements to our solution designs. And then we have to have the ability to communicate and have transparency with our client, where every changes that we make, we have to make our client aware of them and show them what we're changing for the solution. Once this has been done, we have to now have the ability to test and validate. So we have to conduct testing and validation activities to ensure that any amend design changes now finally meet our client expectation. And then we have to have the ability to document every change that we've done. So from our initial proposal to the final proposal. So by following these steps, we can now efficiently evaluate our client feedback on the proposed solution and make appropriate amendments to the design to ensure this now aligns with the needs and objectivities. So this was everything for today's session. Is there any question?
Thanks, Victor. Yes. So for the visa voice and all of the feedback from stakeholders, because obviously this is sort of like filling it out using the assignment stuff. This is kind of like a hypothetical sort of situation environment. So am I making that sort of feedback up myself? Maybe coming up with 2 or 3 things that I would expect the stakeholder would come back saying, and then I then do my reply to that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I wasn't sure if you wanted me to submit it and then you'd give me feedback and then I'd go back and do it, or but yeah, no, I can do that. That's fine.
Yeah, if that one works best for you, it would be great. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can do it myself. That's brilliant. All right, brilliant.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Okay, so if there's no any other question, I will end this session, and we can now look into our assignment discussion.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.